Hey, welcome, everybody. This is where we talk about the green team and ETHTC and other fun crypto-related stuff. We're glad you're here. We're here almost every day around 8 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time, and we love to have you subscribe so that you can be notified when we do go live. So let me see. Let's get started. I'll share my screen and we'll talk about some of these things. What I like to do is start out the day over at CoinGecko. And here's the big boys chart. And we have Bitcoin down a little in the last hour, Ethereum down a little. So what that says to me is danger, danger, because if it's going down in the last hour, it might be going down in the next hour. We haven't hit the bottom if it's going down, right? So today is a be careful day so far, looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then I switch over to deckscreener.com and look at some things in general. Let's say over on the Ethereum chain, here is a whole bunch of stuff that's mixed, but some of them is up a lot. Let's see, where is the trending? Here we go, trending. I guess I'm on the trending. So anyway, Ethereum's mixed. Let's go look over at Pulsechain network, which is my favorite network. And it looks like in the last hour, lots of things are down, but now they're starting to move up. In the last 5 minutes, starting to move up. So there's a thought. Maybe we are at the bottom of the day for these smaller altcoins, the ones that are on the Pulsechain network. I have a waiting list, not a waiting list, a watch list that you can get the link to by looking in the description of our channel or on our websites. And look at this. This is the performance of the ETHTC token. Why do I care about that? Because that's the token that the green team has chosen. What is a green team? A green team is a unique band of supporters for one particular crypto token at a time. We each buy a small amount whenever it's down to turn it green again. The only thing that can make a token go up is people buying it. And so we're a green team and we buy it when it turns red. Our goal is to support a 2% per day increase on the average. No commitments, no financial advice. You can join us daily here at this YouTube channel at around 8 a.m. Mountain Time most every day. And we talk about it. The goal is 2% a day increase for ETHTC on Pulsechain. And if successful, your $800, if you have $800 worth, could turn into $1 million after a year. Let me show you how that happens. 800 bucks can turn into $1 million portfolio. Well, what happens is if you put in 800 and it averages 2% a day, some days are going to be up 10%, down 10%, up 5%, down 5%. But on the average, 2% a day, after 37 days, that 800 is now 1,600 in portfolio value. And if it keeps doing that, every 37 days, it doubles again. And you do that for a whole year, that $800 can become $1 million portfolio value. Once it's $1 million portfolio value, my advice to myself is to not sell, but to figure out a way to spend. Because if I'm spending instead of selling, it's not driving the price down. It's not making a red candle. It's not hurting the green team itself. If I start selling, look, here's some selling. That's red candles. That hurts the green team. It's keeping it from going up more, because if you're selling, it ain't going up. If you're selling, it's going down. So once I turn my $800 into $1 million, what I want to do next, in my opinion, is find a way to spend it. Heck, I could spend 2% a month, and that's $20,000 a month that I can go out and spend. $20,000 a month spending ability coming from 800 bucks. 800 bucks can turn into $21,000 a month in spending ability. Wow. And because I'm not selling, I still have my $1 million portfolio there. And because I'm not selling, I'm not creating a red candle. I'm not creating, if I look at these transactions, the sells are red. And if I'm selling, I'm fighting against the green team. If I'm buying and holding and then eventually spending rather than selling, I'm totally a patriot to the green team. So where can I spend? Well, let's see, over here on Deck Screener, it shows a bunch of websites where I can spend my ETHTC. Here's a website where I can use it to advertise and buy, sell, trade. And that's interesting. So I could do that. What else could I do? Here's another website that shows a whole bunch of different websites where you can buy, sell, trade with ETHTC. Here's a directory. Here's Trademark. Here's 2,500 people advertising that they have or they want things. So you click here. Here's their haves and their wants. And you can see, oh, look at this. A lot of people want ETHTC. I could spend some there maybe. And you'll notice that some people also want TC. Well, what's TC? TC is something that you can get by trading your ETHTC to get credits over at Tcbarterdotcom. And the advantage of TC is that there's no blockchain fees. It's not on the blockchain. When you go to the TC store and trade your ETHTC to get TC, and now the TC is not on the blockchain, it's on this website, Tcbarterdotcom, and it's used by all of the people that are advertising here that they want TC. When you see people advertising on here, they'll specify if they want TC or they want direct trades. They can do direct trades without using any currency at all. Just, I'll trade you a wheelbarrow for a cement mixer. I'll trade you my boat for a car. You trim my trees, I'll mow your lawn. You trim my trees, I'll fix your car. You can do direct trades here. There's no enrollment fee. There's no advertising fee. There's no transaction fee. There's no brokerage fee. Or you can use your cryptocurrency. You can directly spend ETHTC here with the people that are advertising that they'll accept CC, which is cryptocurrency. Or you can trade your ETHTC to get TC credits here. And now you're not having to pay the gas fees of the blockchain. So where can I spend my TC? Well, all these restaurants have gift cards available that you can buy with your TC at Tcbarterdotcom. So you can use your ETHTC and trade it into TC and then trade the TC in at the Tcbarterdotcom store and get a DoorDash gift card, and they'll bring you your food right to your home or your restaurant, and the gift card covers the delivery fee and the food. You can use Uber Eats. You can go to IHOP nationwide USA. You can go to what's it called? Subway sandwiches. And as long as you've got the gift card that you bought with your TC, you don't have to say a word. You just swipe it right through their credit card machine, the same as if it's a credit card, and boom, you've paid for it with your TC. And what do you know? Maybe the TC you paid for it with, where's my tracking? Maybe you took out some of this $800 worth. Maybe you put in another $800 worth and let it turn into $1,600. Well, that's $1,600 of the restaurant meals that only cost you $800. That's kind of like getting them for half price. Or if you wait a little longer, leave it in for a year, you get $21,000 worth perhaps that you can go out and spend that, in my mind, kind of like cost you nothing because your 800 already is part of your profit, right? And if you're not selling, you're trading it for gift cards and going out and eating or buying a car or something, then you still got your $1 million worth here. That'll last a long time if you only take out 2% a month and it's growing at 2% a day. Even at that time, it's only growing 2% a month instead of 2% a day on the average. That's still a $20,000 spending budget for quite a while out of an $800 starting point. So that's why I like the green team. So on this Tcbarter.com site, let's go see what else is happening. You've got a marketplace where you can buy, sell, trade jewelry and cars and boats and whatever. And lots of the people on here want either TC or CC, which is ETHTC or other cryptocurrency. And some of them just want to do direct trades, but still, you got a lot of people to pick from here. And by the way, if you want to get listed here, it's completely free. You can advertise that you do dental work and you want eyeglasses, or you do eyeglasses and you want your carpets cleaned, or you have a restaurant and you want your roof fixed. You can advertise that here free. Here's a car for sale that you can buy with TC. So that's just to kind of review. To get TC, you either buy them with your crypto, which is one way, or you can place a free ad on here and just earn some. I'll do carpet cleaning. I'll rent you my vacation rental. I got a car for sale. I got real estate for sale. You can advertise here free. It's completely free. You can also put your products, gift certificates, and pledges on consignment. in the TC store, you can share your unique referral link. Where's that? You go over here to invite a friend and either show them this QR code or copy this link right here and text it to them or email it to them. And if they use that link to sign up, they sign up free. You already signed up free, but yet you get 10 TCs every time that happens. So you can refer 10 friends, you got 100 TCs, you can go out to eat at Subway sandwiches. That's a lot of Subway sandwiches. So anyway, that's how that works. And then over here on the website, there's also a social hub that you can enroll in, kind of like Facebook or Twitter. And let's see, I was going to show you this, where that pop-up. This is explaining the green team. Let's go over that carefully, because that's the core of our program. If a particular token has a green team of supporters who consistently buy the token whenever it experiences red candles, meaning it's down for the day, and if that token therefore increases by an average of 2% a day for a year because the green team's buying it, right? You buy $10 worth, $50 worth, $100 worth, whatever you can afford, whatever is your fund money. In fact, if over time you get $8,000 in there, that could go to 10 million over a year. $800 can grow to $1 million. 8,000 could grow to 10 million if the green team is successful. There's no guarantee there, but it's a fun game. If the green team does succeed in achieving this 2% average daily increase for a year, the results for you or me and everybody could be remarkable. So you can check it out here on Deck Screener. If you go to tcsocialhub.com and click this link, it'll take you to the watch list that we're talking about. And if you click here, it'll take you to this this chart that we've been looking at right there. And you can put in, okay, let's see, what if I put in $100 today and it grows? Oh, I'm not logged in on it. Oh, they're saying, there we go. Okay. If I put in $100 and it grows, well, in 37 days, I might have $200 worth of restaurant food I can go eat. Or if I leave it in longer, it might turn into $135,000 worth of restaurant meals or stuff that I can buy. Again, for myself, I'm not putting money in here thinking that I'm going to take the money out. I'm thinking that I'm going to spend it. So I'm only putting in a limited amount of money that I'm not going to have to take out as cash. I'm going to be able to spend it to take it out so that I'm not hurting myself. The thing is that, let's say I've got $10,000 in here and I want to take out $500. When I go sell that $500, that $10,000 you would think would now be worth $9,500. But that's not what happens, because when I sell, I also cause the price of the value to go down. So now my $10,000 isn't worth $10,000 anymore, and it's not worth $9,500 anymore. It might be worth $9,000. So by taking out $500, I might have reduced the overall value of my portfolio by $750 or $1,000. So when selling, I'm not only hurting the green team, but I'm also hurting myself, because my $10,000 portfolio went down by more than what I got. But if I spend $500, it affects it not at all. If I spend $500, my portfolio is still worth $9,500 because I didn't cause a red candle. I didn't sell. I spent it. Spending transfers it from my account to the account of whoever I sent it to that I'm buying from, and that's not a sale. That doesn't affect this chart over here. It's not on this chart. If I transfer from my account to yours, it's not on here. It doesn't affect this at all. It doesn't create a red candle. So for me, my advice to myself is put in only what I can afford to eventually spend, not expecting to take it out and pay my mortgage. I'm expecting to take it out and go eat at the restaurant or go on vacation or buy a car or do something, get my trees trimmed or whatever. So that I'm not creating a red candle. And when I spend $500 worth out of my 10,000 portfolio, true, it goes down by 500 because I don't have 500 there anymore, but at least it doesn't go down, extra because of the red candles. So how do I get in this game? Well, the place to start out is either at Coinbase or at 𝐿𝐴𝐶𝐭 or at metamask.io, or there's a bunch of other ways, but the three most popular would be to go sign up at Coinbase or go sign up at 𝐿𝐴𝐶𝐭, whatever it is, 𝐿𝐴𝐶𝐭.com is that? I don't know. You can sign up at Kraken, and that's a way to get money into the crypto game. Another easy way is to just go to metamask.io, excuse me, metamask.io, and download the Chrome extension. And you can put in your debit card here and buy a couple $100 worth, $500 worth, your fun money to play the green team game. So once you have some money into either Coinbase or Kraken or MetaMask, convert it into Ethereum crypto. And once you have Ethereum at either Coinbase, Kraken, or in MetaMask, then you want to transfer it into MetaMask from Coinbase or Kraken, or else it's already there because that's where you bought it. So now you've got some Ethereum on the Ethereum network in your MetaMask. Once you've got that, now you can go to pulsechain.com, ULSE, pulsechain.com, and you can click on this word bridge right here and make sure you've got some Ethereum in your MetaMask wallet. Make sure you're logged into your MetaMask wallet, and then click what I just showed you, and then click this white button. And then make sure this says that you're spending Ethereum. So you change this to Ethereum because that's what you got. So you change that to Ethereum. You got Ethereum on the Ethereum network. Well, that's what you got. You got Ethereum, and it's on the Ethereum network. And what you want is Ethereum that's on the Pulsechain network. And this is going to do it for you. So it's going to send your Ethereum from the Ethereum network over to the Pulsechain network. And by the way, when you do that, don't hit this max button and send it all, because you need to leave some in your MetaMask, in your Ethereum network, to cover gas. So send maybe 90% of it, whatever you've transferred in or bought in. Just send over like 90% of it. Leave 10%, 5 or 10% over there at the Ethereum network in MetaMask. And then you hit this button and you connect your wallet, and it takes about 30 minutes. And pretty soon you'll have Ethereum from Ethereum, but it's on the Pulsechain network. So when you look in here, here's oh, I guess I don't have it on this list. I got to go to this list. Where's WETH on here? Well, anyway, you'll end up with WETH, which is Ethereum from Ethereum over on the Pulsechain network. And then once you do that, what I do is go to piteous.io, app.piteas.io, app.piteous.io, and I would take some of that Ethereum from the Ethereum network, it's called wrapped Ethereum, but it's Ethereum from the Ethereum network, but it's riding on Pulsechain. And if I want to get some ETHTC, then I would put ETHTC in here. And if it doesn't show up, it means that you haven't done that kind of a transaction here at Piteous before. So what you'll have to do is go over to Deck Screener and go to your watch list and pick any of these ETHTC pairs that you're watching, and go down here where it says ETHTC, and this will give you the contract address. See how it's got pair ETHTC, and this one is pairing it with Wrap Pulse. But you want to find the one that says ETHTC. You'll know you have the right one because it ends with the number 7AC8. Or is that a B? 7ACB, I guess it is. So then you copy this with that little button there, and you go over here to Piteous, and if it's not showing up here, then you just paste it in this search bar, and then it'll find it for you. And then you'll have WETH and ETHTC here. And I don't know if I have any in this wallet. Let's see. This wallet is a 𝐟𝐵 wallet. Let me see. Let me stop sharing and get logged in here for a minute. Okay, and we'll get into a wallet that has a little bit in it that we can demonstrate and spend today. So I'm going to leave my screen off for a minute while I figure out which wallet has some in here. This wallet has a bunch. Let me see if I want to go to one that in your 𝐟𝐵. I use the 𝐟𝐵 wallet instead of MetaMask, and that's what I'm doing here for a minute, finding out which one I would want to buy out of today as a demonstration. Let's see. So how about number 6? You can put like up to 100 wallets or 50 wallets or whatever in each account. That way you can divide up what you're doing. I'm just looking for, where is wallet number 5? Number 5, I think that's the one that I can use for demonstrating. Yeah, this one will work. Okay, so then you got to make sure that it's connected. You'll see the wallet number up here. I'll make sure that wallet number 5 is 9C. Yep, it is. Okay, so there's some Pulsechain tokens in here, which is the same thing as, like, the Ethereum is the gas for the Ethereum network. On the Pulsechain network, the gas is Pulse. So this has plenty of Pulse in it here. So we'll change this to Pulse because that's what I have in this wallet. And I want ETHTC. And what I can do is, here's $28 worth, $28.91 worth. Okay, and this Piteous.io is shopping around for me, finding me the best deal. If you point to right here where it says show route, it'll show you that 75% of it is going to take straight from Pulse to ETHTC, but it's going to take 25% of it over to something I never heard of, and from that to PulseX, and from that to ETHTC. And it's doing that in order to find me the best deal to get me more tokens for the same price. So that's why I like Piteous.io. So I'll click swap here and confirm swap, and it'll ask me to approve it in the wallet. And I'll get myself a little bit of ETHTC, $28 worth. Okay. And when I do that, it'll eventually start showing up here on Deck Screener with a little bit of green here in the 5 minutes. Okay, because this is tracking, anybody buying it or selling it, and you'll see those transactions here. So sooner or later, you'll see a little bit of green right here. And just for fun, let's go to the tracking sheet.
Donald, you're not sharing the screen.
Oh, whoops. Okay, so sorry. Here we go. So I'll go back and show you over here on Piteous. I changed this to Pulse, and I wanted some ETHTC, and I bought a little bit. Let's buy a little bit more because Deck Screener likes to see 2 transactions before it shows up on Deck Screener, and it takes a few minutes anyway. So we'll buy another $29 worth here. So we're buying, roughly $50 worth overall, and we'll confirm the swap. Okie dokie. So pretty soon we'll start seeing these transactions show up on Deck Screener. See this green right here? That was us just now. We spent $50 and it spread it around to get us the best deal, but it brought the price up a little bit. And the interesting thing is, we just spent $50, which over time, if the green team succeeds, we'll call it 60 because it was like 29 plus 25 or something. So we'll call it 60 that we spent. That's 60 in 37 days. If I want, and green team is successful, I could get $120 worth of restaurant food with that $60 purchased. Or if I leave it in there for a whole year, that $60 that I just spent could turn into $81,000 worth of purchasing. Wow. $60 can turn into 81,000. Wow. I like this green team concept. So let's go see what's happening at Deck Screener. Well, thanks to our $60, look, we're up 1.28% in the last 5 minutes. I don't think anybody else was happened to be buying what we were buying. So these 2 little green candles are just from this $60. If you've got an extra $60, you can help the green team out yourself. Look, in the last 24 hours, we're doing well ahead of 2% a day. Some days we're not. Some days it's down 10%. Some days it's down 5%. Sometimes it's down 3%. But on the average, as a team, we work together with the goal of averaging 2% a day. So to review, we start out at either Kraken or Coinbase or your favorite centralized exchange, or you just sign up for MetaMask and put in your debit card and buy some there. Once you have some MetaMask, once you have some Ethereum in your MetaMask, then you go to the Pulsechain.com and you click on the bridge, and that takes you to a way to change your Ethereum on Ethereum and change it into Ethereum on Pulsechain. Once it's Ethereum on Pulsechain, then you can go to Piteous.io and you can put in here that I've got WETH, which is wrapped Ethereum. That means it's Ethereum from Ethereum, but it's riding on Pulsechain. And if I want, I can go to DEX Screener and look up ETHTC and click on any of these pairs and go down here and find the ETHTC contract address, which ends in 7ACB. Click that, go back to Pitius, put it in here to show the world that I want to buy some ETHTC. Boom, it'll bring up ETHTC. You can click in here and put in how much you want to spend. In this particular wallet, what I have available is not ETH, it's Pulse, which is right here. So I can click that and I can put in, let's say, another $29 worth if I want. And now we're going to be up to about $80 worth in there. And I point here and it shows me how it's going to route it. Look, it's going to break it up into 3 different transactions to switch it from Pulse to Bear to PulseX to ETHTC, from Pulse to wrapped Bitcoin, from that to that. It's doing a lot of work for me for free. And I click swap. And so now I'm getting more tokens than I would otherwise because it shops around for me. I approve it in my wallet. And now I've got another $30 worth. So I'm up to $80 worth that I've put into my green team game today. And if I track that over here, what could that $80 be worth if the green team's successful, if it averages 2% a day? There's no guarantee of that. It's just our goal. $80 in 37 days could be worth $163 worth of restaurant meals or something I want to buy. Or I can leave it in there and wait a year. And look at this. The $80 that we spent today could turn out to be $108,000 worth of spending availability. How would I spend it? I go to DEX Screener and I go down here and click on any of these websites and find out what I can buy. And one of the websites that's not even on here is my favorite one, which is Tcbarterdotcom, Tcbarterdotcom. Tcbarter.com. And at this one, you've got 2,500 people that are advertising things that they have for sale or wanted, and lots of them want TC or ETHTC. The ETHTC is listed over here as cryptocurrency, and some people trade their ETHTC to get TC because once it's TC, there's no blockchain fees. It's not on the blockchain. Also on the blockchain, when you use ETHTC to buy things, it's a public transaction. People can look up, your public address and see what address sent them to you, how many you still have, what address you spent them at. The blockchain is not private. If you spend Bitcoin or Ethereum or ETHTC on the blockchain, the person that you did business with now knows your public address. They can't steal anything from you, but they can see what address you got it from. They can see how much you still have, and they can see where you spend it from now on in terms of what address you spent them at. So the blockchain is nice, but it's not private. TC is private. So there's 2 reasons that some people transfer their ETHTC over to Tcbarter.com. One reason is now it's private. Nobody can see your blockchain history. Nobody can see where you got them from, how many you have, or who you spent them with. And secondly, there's no gas fees. You don't have to pay the gas fee anymore. So that's that. What have I forgotten to talk about, Harris and Lon?
So, how we can get like TC trade credits at Tcbarterdotcom?
Okay, well, we'll go up here. And one way is you can buy them with your ETHTC or other cryptocurrency at the current value. Another way is you can place a free listing at Tcbarter.com and advertise that you are willing to work and earn some. Another way is that you can put your products or gift certificates on consignment with the TC store. And another way is you can share your unique referral link and invite others. To get your unique referral link, you either go up here to your sign in and click on invite a friend, or you can go over here on the left in the menu and click invite a friend, and then show them this QR code, or copy this long link and text it to them or email it to them. And when they enroll free, just like you did. There's no charge, but you get 10 TCs because you referred them. So you can get 10 TCs by doing referrals if you want. That answer your question? Yep, of course.
Yeah, nice.
So how long have we been going? About long enough, I'd say. So remember, we're here around 8 o'clock in the morning, Mountain Time, almost every day. And of course, we're on YouTube. You can click on the word live and find them. watch our show, subscribe, click the bell so you'll be notified when we're online.